I didn't mean to hear it. The lobby has that quiet that feels managed, polished floors, a screen looping promises in clean fonts, a guard who nods without lifting his eyes. I stand near the desk because that's where visitors stand when they're waiting to be told what comes next. Two men are talking by the elevators. Not loudly, not secretly either. One of them laughs and says he likes the short version in public. The other answers, it works. People listen. They say my husband's name, the one he doesn't use at home. The correction never comes. No pause, no qualifier. The elevator doors open, the numbers blink, and the men step inside like they belong there. One presses a button, he doesn't check twice. I stay where I am. I tell myself I've misheard. I tell myself there are harmless reasons for preferences. I tell myself a lot of things because none of them require me to move. A receptionist asks if I need help. I shake my head and set the envelope on the counter anyway. It slides into a tray with others, indistinguishable. Outside, the sun feels too present. I sit in my car longer than necessary and watch people enter and leave a building that knows exactly who it's for. At home that night, dinner happens. He's late. He apologizes. He talks about work in a way that smooths it into weather. He asks about my day and listens until the right pauses appear. I watch his mouth form the longer version of his name when he says it to me, like a habit he's practiced. Later, in bed, he sleeps easily. I stare at the ceiling and try to remember when a preference turns into a door. I don't find the moment. It feels smaller than that. The days after don't bring revelations. They bring alignment. Calls taken on the balcony. Restaurants chosen for convenience. Introductions delivered with care. At a dinner, someone thanks me for sharing him with the city. I smile because the alternative would require a language I'm not ready to use. I don't ask questions. I watch. I learn the routes words take when they want to open rooms. I notice which version of his name people use when they expect something from him. One afternoon, I go back to the building and stand where I stood before. The guard nods. The screen promises the same things. Two assistants pass, saying the shorter name again, easily, as if it were a key. I feel something loosen, not anger, not relief. Permission, maybe, to stay with what's already visible. The bench near the elevators is meant for waiting, not watching. I sit anyway. The leather is cool, expensive in a way that doesn't announce itself. From here, I can see the directory on the wall, names stacked in alphabetical order, floor numbers aligned like promises kept. His name appears 3 times. Once with the title I've heard him deflect at home. Twice with departments I couldn't name if asked. A woman in a navy suit crosses the lobby. Her heels make the kind of sound that expects doors to open. She presses the call button and checks her phone. When the elevator arrives, she steps inside and scans a card against a reader I hadn't noticed before. The panel lights up. She presses 7 without hesitation. I watch the numbers climb and wonder how many floors require permission. The guard glances my way. I straighten, prepare an excuse about waiting for someone. He looks back at his screen. The moment passes. 10 minutes. Then 20. People move through the space with rhythms I don't recognize. Arrivals that skip the desk, exits that bypass the lobby entirely. A man nods at the guard and walks straight to a door marked stairs. It opens from the inside. My phone vibrates. A text from him. Meeting pushed. Home by 6. I type OK and don't elaborate. The receptionist from earlier appears with a cart of mail. She sorts envelopes into slots behind the desk, her hands fast and certain. One stack is thicker than the others. She taps it against the counter to align the edges, then carries it toward the elevators. I stand. Not because I've decided anything. Because staying feels like a choice I'd have to explain. Outside, the air is cooler than it should be for afternoon. I walk to my car and sit with the door open, one foot still on the pavement. Traffic moves in patterns, lights, turns, the predictable math of rush hour beginning early. A group exits the building. For people, laughing about something that doesn't require context. One of them says the short version of his name, casual, like it's always been that way. The others nod. Someone mentions drinks on Thursday. They disperse toward different parking sections. I close the car door. Start the engine. Adjust the mirror even though it doesn't need adjusting. At a red light 3 blocks away, I think about calling him. Asking a question that sounds innocent. Did you eat lunch? Will you need the car tomorrow? Something that creates room for him to mention the building, the meeting, the name that fits better in certain mouths. The light changes. I don't call. At home, I move through the usual sequence. Mail on the counter. Shoes by the door. Kettle filled and set to boil. The kitchen is clean the way it is when no one's been home all day. I open the fridge and close it without taking anything out. His jacket hangs in the hall closet. I checked this morning for the envelope and found it gone. Now there's a different pocket with a small bulge. I don't reach for it. I close the door and walk away. The kettle clicks off. I pour water over a tea bag and watch the color spread. 6 o'clock arrives, then passes. At 6:15, my phone buzzes again. Traffic. Sorry. I drink the tea. It's gone lukewarm. He comes through the door at 6:40 with apologies and a bag from the bakery near his office. The good one, the one with lines on weekends. Inside are 2 pastries I mentioned liking months ago. Thought you might want something sweet, he says, setting the bag on the counter. I thank him. I don't ask why he was near the bakery if the meeting ran late. The question sits in my mouth and stays there. We eat at the table. He tells me about a presentation that went well, about someone's promotion, about budget approvals that matter in ways I've stopped tracking. His voice is the same voice. His hands move the same way when he talks. I ask if the meeting was at the office. Conference room on 7, he says. Drinks his water. Continues a thought about next quarter. 7. The floor the woman in navy accessed with a card. I nod and finish my pastry. After dinner, he showers. I clear the table and notice he's left his phone face down near the napkins. The screen stays dark. I rinse plates and stack them in the dishwasher, and when I turn back, the phone is gone. Later, we sit on the couch. He scrolls through something on his tablet. I hold a book I'm not reading. The television plays a show neither of us chose, volume low enough to ignore. You're quiet tonight, he says, not looking up. Tired, I say. He nods, returns to his screen. The episode ends. Another begins. I watch the opening credits and try to remember the last time we talked about something that required both of us to stop moving. At 10, he says he's going to bed. Kisses my forehead on his way past. The gesture is familiar, automatic. I wait until I hear the bathroom door close before I reach for my phone. I type his full name into the search bar, then the short version, then the company name I saw on the building's facade. Articles appear. Profiles. Press releases. Photos of him in suits I don't recognize, standing with people whose faces suggest importance. In every caption, the short name. I scroll until my thumb aches. In one photo, he's shaking hands with someone in front of a backdrop covered in logos. He's smiling the way he smiles when he's being watched. The caption reads, short name, welcome the partnership, citing shared values. I close the browser. Set the phone down. Stare at the television until the colors stop meaning anything. When I finally go to bed, he's asleep on his side, facing away. I lie on my back and listen to him breathe. The rhythm is steady, untroubled. I don't sleep. I count the minutes between his exhales and wonder how long I've been doing this. Adjusting, accommodating, not asking. The ceiling fan turns. The room stays dark. Morning will come, and we'll pretend nothing requires discussion. I close my eyes anyway. Thursday comes. He mentions drinks with colleagues, the casual Thursday thing I heard mentioned outside the building. I say nothing about having heard it before. He asks if I need the car. No, I say. He leaves at 7:30 in a shirt I ironed on Sunday. The cuffs are still crisp. I wait 15 minutes. Then I drive to the building. The parking garage has visitor spots near the entrance. I take one and sit with the engine off. People come and go, some with badges clipped to belts, others stopping at the security station to sign in. A delivery truck blocks the lane. Someone honks. The truck doesn't move. At 8:15, I go inside. The guard is different today. Younger, with a name tag that catches the light. He looks up when I approach. Visiting someone, he asks. Just dropping something off, I say. I don't have anything to drop off. He nods toward the reception desk. I walk there slowly, watching the elevators. A cluster of people waits. 3 men in similar suits, a woman with a briefcase, someone younger holding a coffee in each hand. The doors open. They file in. The woman presses a button. The younger one says something that makes the others laugh. The doors close. I reach the desk. A different receptionist today, older, with glasses on a chain. She smiles. Can I help you? I'm meeting someone, I say. They're running late. You're welcome to wait. She gestures toward the bench. I sit. From here, I can see the directory again, his name in 3 places. I can also see a hallway that branches left, unmarked, with frosted glass doors that don't show what's behind them. Minutes pass. The elevator opens and closes. Opens and closes. People I don't know moving with purpose I can't decode. A man in his 50s crosses the lobby. He's on his phone, nodding at something being said. As he nears the elevators, he ends the call and speaks to the woman waiting there. Is he in yet? She checks her watch. Should be. 7 had that early budget thing. Right. He presses the button. I'll catch him before he leaves. They don't say a name. They don't need to. The elevator takes them. I watch the numbers stop at 7. At 8:40, my phone vibrates. A text from him. How's your morning? I type, fine. Yours? 3 dots appear. Disappear. Appear again. Busy. Probably late tonight too. I send back a thumbs up and put the phone away. The receptionist glances at me. I stand and walk toward the hallway with frosted glass. No one stops me. The first door has a small plaque, Conference B. The second has no label. The third is slightly ajar. I don't open it further. I listen. Voices inside, low, overlapping. Someone laughs. Papers shuffle. Footsteps approach from behind. I turn and walk back toward the lobby, steady, like I meant to be exactly where I was. A woman in heels passes me without looking. She enters the unlabeled door and closes it behind her. I return to the bench. The guard hasn't moved. The receptionist is sorting something on her computer. The building continues around me, indifferent. At 9, I leave. In the car, I sit with my hands on the wheel and watch the entrance. People arrive in waves, 9:15, 9:30. Some skin badges. Some are waved through. One man carries a box marked catering. My phone buzzes. An email. Not from him. I start the car and drive to the grocery store, then to the dry cleaner, then home. I unload bags and hang his shirts in the closet. I wipe down counters that are already clean. At noon, I make lunch and eat standing at the counter. At 1, I open my laptop and search his name again. This time I add the company name, the word executive. More articles. A video interview from 6 months ago. I click play. He's sitting in a modern office, floor-to-ceiling windows behind him. The interviewer asks about leadership philosophy. He answers with the short name. Uses it to refer to himself in third person. Short name, believes in accessible leadership, he says. The camera cuts to a wide shot. On the wall behind him, a framed photo, him with a group at a ribbon-cutting ceremony. I pause the video. Zoom in on the photo. Try to place the date. The suit is one I know. The watch is the one he wears now. I close the laptop. At 3, I vacuum. At 4, I start dinner. At 5, he texts, definitely late. Don't wait up. I turn off the stove. Cover the pot. Eat a small portion alone. The evening empties itself. I fold laundry. I respond to an email from a friend. I water the plants on the balcony and notice his coffee cup from this morning, still there, a small ring of residue, dried at the bottom. I bring it inside and wash it. At 10, I go to bed. At 11, I'm still awake when I hear his car in the driveway. The door opens. Closes. His keys on the counter. Water running in the kitchen. He comes into the bedroom quietly, the way you do when you think someone's asleep. He undresses in the dark. Slips under the covers. Settles. I don't move. I breathe the way you breathe when you're sleeping. His phone buzzes on the nightstand. Once. Twice. He reaches for it. The screen lights his face. He types something, the glow painting him blue. Then he sets it down, face down, and turns away. I wait until his breathing deepens. Then I open my eyes and stare at the ceiling. The shape of our bed feels different now. Same mattress, same pillows. Different air. I close my eyes again and don't sleep until the sky starts changing. Friday morning, he makes coffee. I hear him in the kitchen before the alarm goes off. The grinder, the kettle, cabinet doors opening and closing in their familiar sequence. When I come downstairs, there's a mug waiting for me, steam still rising. Thanks, I say. He's reading something on his phone, scrolling with his thumb. He looks up, smiles, returns to the screen. I drink the coffee. It's good. He's always made it better than I do. We move around each other the way we've learned to. He reaches for the milk as I step aside. I open the dishwasher as he moves toward the sink. No collisions. No adjustments needed. Plans today, he asks. Errands. Maybe lunch with Sarah. Good. He rinses his mug. I'll be home normal time. We could do that place you like. Which one? The Italian one. With the bread. I nod. The Italian place is 12 minutes from here, in the opposite direction of his office. He kisses my cheek on his way out. The door closes. His car starts. The sound fades. I stand in the kitchen and finish my coffee. The mug he used sits in the drying rack, already forgotten. I don't have lunch plans with Sarah. I spend the morning cleaning the bathroom, scrubbing grout, organizing the cabinet under the sink, replacing the hand soap. Tasks that require focus, but not thought. By noon, the bathroom smells like bleach and everything is in its place. I make a sandwich and eat half. At 2, my phone rings. Him. Hey, I answer. Hey, quick thing. Can you grab my gray suit from the cleaner? Need it for Monday. Sure. Thanks. You're the best. Voices in the background, distant. Sorry, have to run. See you tonight. The call ends. I drive to the cleaner. The woman behind the counter knows me, smiles when I give the name. She comes back with the suit in plastic, hung on a padded hanger. Big week for him, she asks. Always is, I say. She laughs like I've made a joke. At home, I hang the suit in his closet, next to the navy one, the charcoal one, the one he calls versatile. They're all the same suit with minor variations. I wonder if other people notice. I wonder if that's the point. At 6, he comes through the door with flowers. Tulips, yellow, wrapped in brown paper. For you, he says. I take them. What's the occasion? Do I need one? I don't answer. I fill a vase and arrange the stems. He watches from the doorway. They had them at the corner stand, he adds. Thought you'd like the color. I do. The vase goes on the dining table. The tulips tilt slightly to one side. I adjust them. They tilt back. We go to the Italian place. The hostess knows him. Not well, but enough to smile with recognition. She seats us by the window. He orders wine without checking with me first. It's the one I usually choose anyway. The bread comes. He tears a piece and dips it in oil. Good week. I ask. Productive. Lot of moving parts. He chews. Swallows. But good. Yours. Quiet. He nods. Reaches for more bread. The waiter takes our order. He asks for the special. I ask for the pasta I always get. The waiter doesn't write it down. We eat when the food comes. He talks about a project that's behind schedule, about someone named Mitchell who needs to delegate more, about a conference in 2 months that he might skip. I ask questions that keep him talking. He answers with details that don't connect to anything I've seen. How's Sarah? He asks between bites. I forgot I'd mentioned her this morning. She's good. You should do something together. You haven't in a while. We did lunch today. Oh, right. He drinks his wine. How is she? Good. I say again. He doesn't notice the repetition. Dessert comes even though we didn't order it. On the house. The waiter says, setting down 2 small plates of tiramisu. He looks at me. You must have been charming while I was in the bathroom. I wasn't. I didn't do anything. But I smile and let him think what he wants. At home, he changes into the clothes he wears after work. Old t-shirt, sweatpants with a hole in the knee. He settles on the couch and turns on a game. I sit beside him with a book I started weeks ago. The game plays out in quarters. He watches, makes occasional comments to no one. I turn pages without reading them. During halftime, he mutes the television. This is nice, he says. I look up. What is this? Just being home. Nothing happening. I nod. Return to my book. He unmutes. The game continues. At 10, we go to bed. He sets his alarm, plugs in his phone, turns off his lamp. I do the same on my side. The room goes dark except for the faint glow from the streetlight outside. Love you, he says, already half asleep. Love you too. His breathing evens out within minutes. I lie there and listen to the house settle. The refrigerator hums downstairs. A car passes. Somewhere, a dog barks twice and stops. I think about the flowers, the suit, the dinner at the place 12 minutes in the wrong direction. I think about the word normal and what it's supposed to mean. The ceiling fan turns. My eyes adjust until I can see the blades moving, separate and distinct. I don't ask the questions I'm thinking. I don't say the things that would require him to wake up. I let the night continue, unchanged. Saturday, we go to the farmer's market. His idea. He wants tomatoes for a sauce he's been planning, the kind that takes hours and makes the kitchen smell like summer even when it's not. We park near the entrance. The market is already crowded. Families with strollers, couples holding hands, people with canvas bags slung over shoulders. He takes my hand as we walk in. His palm is warm, familiar. We're at the tomato stand when someone calls out. Hey, he turns. A man in his 30s approaches, grinning. Athletic build, expensive sunglasses pushed up on his head. Thought that was you, the man says. They shake hands. The grip looks firm, practiced. Good to see you, my husband says. You too, man. Been a minute. It has. The man glances at me. My husband's hand is still in mine. This is my wife, he says. Uses my name. The man shakes my hand, says it's nice to meet me. How do you two know each other? I ask. We worked on a project together, the man says. What? 2 years ago. About that. Your guy here saved our timeline. Total miracle worker. The man laughs, claps my husband's shoulder. We still talk about it. Short name. S process is legendary. My husband smiles. Doesn't correct him. Well, don't let me keep you, the man says. Just wanted to say hi? We should grab drinks sometime. Definitely. They exchange a brief nod. The man walks off toward the bread stall. My husband turns back to the tomatoes. Picks one up, tests its weight. These look good, he says. I wait for him to mention the name. He doesn't. We buy tomatoes, then basil, then a loaf of sourdough from a vendor who remembers us from last month. The vendor asks how we've been. My husband answers with details that are true and incomplete. At home, he starts the sauce. I sit at the counter and watch him work, chopping garlic, heating oil, adding tomatoes one at a time. He's careful, methodical. The kitchen fills with the smell of basil and onions. Who was that guy? I ask. Chris. We did a consulting thing a while back. He seemed to know you well. It was a long project. We spent a lot of time in meetings. The garlic sizzles. He adjusts the heat. He called you by your short name. I say. He looks up. Yeah, that's what everyone called me there. Easier in meetings. Easier how? He shrugs. Just as. Less formal. He stirs the sauce. Add salt. Taste it from a wooden spoon. I don't ask anything else. Sunday, we have brunch with his sister. She's in town for the weekend, staying at a hotel downtown. We meet her at a place with outdoor seating and overpriced eggs. She hugs me first, then him. We sit. She orders coffee and starts talking about her flight, the rental car situation, the conference she's attending. How's work? She asks him. Busy. Good busy. Still doing the leadership thing? Yeah, it's going well. I saw that article. The one in the business journal. He nods. That was a few months ago. They used your full name, she says. I almost didn't recognize you. He laughs. They do that. Why? Publication standards, I guess. Sounds more official. She rolls her eyes. You've always been weird about your name. I'm not weird about it. You made everyone call you a short name in high school. Because that's what I wanted to be called. And now it depends. She looks at me. Does he make you call him the long version? That's what I've always called him. I say. See. He spreads his hands. Not weird. His sister drinks her coffee. Changes the subject to their mother, to someone's wedding, to a restaurant she wants to try before she leaves. I watch him across the table. He's relaxed, easy. He tells a story about their childhood that makes his sister laugh. He orders more coffee. He asks the waiter for hot sauce. When the check comes, he pays. His sister tries to protest. He waves her off. Next time, he says. There won't be a next time. You never come visit. I'll come visit. Sure you will. Short name. He doesn't flinch. Just smiles and stands. In the car afterward, I ask, why does she call you that? She's my sister. She calls me whatever she wants. But she said you wanted it. In high school. I did. It stuck with some people. And now. He merges onto the highway. Checks his mirror. Now it's just what certain people call me. Which people? People who knew me then. People at work. It's not a big deal. I watch the buildings pass. Count the exits. Do you prefer it? I ask. Prefer what? The short version. He thinks about it. Or pretends to. I don't know. They both feel like me. I don't respond. He turns on the radio. We drive the rest of the way home with voices filling the space between us. Monday morning, I'm at the grocery store when I see her. The woman in navy from the building. She's in the produce section, examining avocados. I freeze. She doesn't notice me. I move behind a display of apples and watch. She selects 3 avocados, places them in a bag, moves toward the peppers. Her phone rings. She answers. Hey, yeah, I'm grabbing stuff for tonight. Pause. No, he confirmed. 7:30. Pause. I know. I told, short name, we'd need a final head count by noon. She laughs at something. Picks up a red pepper. Puts it back. Okay. See you at the office. She hangs up. Continues shopping. I stay where I am until she moves to the next aisle. Then I leave my cart and walk out. In the parking lot, I sit in my car and watch the entrance. She comes out 12 minutes later with 2 bags, loads them into a sedan, drives away. I don't know what I expected to feel. I feel nothing. Or I feel something too small to name. I go back inside, finish my shopping, buy things I don't need because I've forgotten what I came for. At home, I unpack the bags. 3 kinds of cheese I already have. Crackers, olives, wine. I open the wine. Pour a glass at 2 in the afternoon. Drink it standing at the counter. My phone buzzes. A text from him. Dinner meeting tonight. Sorry. Tomorrow? I type, fine. I drink the rest of the wine. Pour another glass. The kitchen is quiet. The sauce from yesterday is still in the fridge, in a container he labeled with the date. His handwriting is small, precise. I take out my phone and open the browser. Type his short name and the company name. A LinkedIn profile appears. His photo, professional, smiling, approachable. The name listed, short name, last name. Title, Senior Vice President. I scroll through his experience. Every position listed uses the short name. Every recommendation, every endorsement. Hundreds of connections. Comments on posts. Congratulations from colleagues. I click on his full name. Nothing appears. No profile. No presence. I close the browser. I finish the second glass of wine and consider a third. The afternoon stretches. I don't move from the counter. I watch the light change in the windows and think about keys. How some open doors and some don't, and how you choose which one to carry. Tuesday, I meet Sarah for lunch. Actual lunch this time. She chooses a cafe near her office, the kind with exposed brick and handwritten menus. She's already there when I arrive, typing on her laptop. She looks up, smiles, closes the screen. Finally, she says, we order. She gets a salad, I get soup I won't finish. She talks about work, a difficult client, a project that keeps changing scope, her boss who schedules meetings at 5:30. How's everything with you? She asks. Fine. She waits. I add nothing. Just fine. Busy, I say. The usual. She studies me for a moment. You seem tired. I am. The food comes. We eat. She tells me about a trip she's planning, a hiking thing in Colorado. She wants to know if I'd be interested in joining. When? I ask. May? Long weekend. I say I'll think about it. We both know I won't go. She shifts topics. Asks about my husband. I tell her he's busy with work. She nods, unsurprised. You know what's funny? She says. I saw his name in an article last week. Some piece about local business leaders. Oh, yeah. They called him short name. I didn't know he went by that. He does sometimes. Huh. She spears a piece of lettuce. I've only ever heard you use his full name. That's what I call him. She doesn't push. We finish eating. She pays. We hug goodbye on the sidewalk and promise to do this more often. I drive home the long way and think about how many versions of a person can exist at the same time. Wednesday, the mail comes with an envelope addressed to him. Thick paper, formal. I set it on the counter with the others. Later, I notice the name on the return address. This short name, last name, foundation. I pick it up, turn it over. The seal is embossed, professional. I hold it up to the light. Can't see through. I put it back on the counter. When he comes home, he sorts through the mail quickly, distracted. He opens most of it standing up, barely reading before tossing envelopes into recycling. He pauses at the thick one, opens it carefully, reads. What is it? I ask. Invitation. Gala thing. For the foundation. End of March. You have a foundation? He looks up. It's not mine. I'm on the board. Since when? Since last year. I thought I mentioned it. He didn't. He folds the invitation and sets it aside. Continues sorting. A bill. A catalog. A postcard from a politician. What kind of foundation? I ask. Education access. Scholarships, mostly. That's good. Yeah. He tosses the catalog. We probably have to go to the gala. Okay. I'll RSVP for 2. He doesn't ask if I want to go. I don't say I don't. Thursday. I'm at the pharmacy picking up a prescription when I see it. A poster on the community board near the entrance. Local events, advertisements, a flyer for yoga classes, and a photo of him. He's standing with 4 other people in front of a building I don't recognize. Everyone's smiling. The caption reads, Community Partners Celebrate New Youth Center. Below the photo, names. His is third. Short name, last name, board member. I stand there long enough that someone asks if I'm in line. I'm not. I move aside. The photo stays visible from the counter. I keep looking at it while the pharmacist processes my prescription. He looks the same as he does at home. Same smile. Same posture. Just a different name underneath. The pharmacist hands me the bag. I take it and leave without looking at the poster again. Friday evening, we have dinner with another couple. Mark and Linda, friends from years ago, back when we were all younger and made more plans. We meet at a steakhouse, the kind with low lighting and candles on every table. Mark orders wine. Linda asks about renovations we're not doing. I say we're still thinking about it. My husband agrees. The conversation moves through safe territory, vacations, restaurants, a movie they just saw. Linda mentions a charity auction she's organizing. You should get short name involved, Mark says to Linda. He's good at that stuff. My husband laughs. I don't know about that. Come on. You're on what? 3 boards now. 2. Still. You know people. Linda looks interested. Really? Which ones? He names them. The Education Foundation. Something about urban development. Both times he uses the short version of his name when referring to himself. That's great, Linda says. We need people like that. Happy to help however I can. Mark refills everyone's wine. Starts a story about someone they used to work with. My husband listens, laughs at the right moments, adds details I've never heard. I watch Linda watch him. She's interested now in a way she wasn't earlier. Not romantically, strategically. After dinner, in the car, I ask, when did you join those boards? The foundation was last year. The other one was recent. January maybe. You didn't mention it. Didn't I? He signals left. It's not a big commitment. Just meetings every quarter. Mark seemed impressed. Mark's easy to impress. We drive in silence. At a stoplight, he reaches over and squeezes my hand. You were quiet tonight, he says. Was I? More than usual. Just tired. The light changes. He lets go of my hand to shift gears. At home, he goes straight to his office to check email. I go upstairs and change into pajamas even though it's only 9. I open my laptop. Search, short name, last name, board member. Results flood the page. Articles. Announcements. Photo galleries from events I didn't know happened. In every image, he's positioned strategically, shaking hands, cutting ribbons, standing slightly forward in group shots. I click on an article from 3 months ago. It's about the youth center. He's quoted extensively. Short name. Believes in investing where it matters most, in the next generation. I read it twice. Try to hear his voice saying those words. Can't quite manage it. I close the laptop. He comes to bed late. I'm already under the covers, facing away. He undresses quietly, slides in beside me. You awake? He whispers. I don't answer. He settles. Within minutes, his breathing deepens. I lie there and think about circulation, how things move through systems, how they find their level, how eventually everything reaches equilibrium. The house is quiet. No cars pass. No dogs bark. I count his breaths and wait for sleep that doesn't come. Saturday morning, a package arrives. I'm not expecting anything. He's still asleep when the doorbell rings. I sign for it. The box is small, wrapped in heavy brown paper with his name on the label. Full name. Office address crossed out. Our home address written below in different handwriting. I set it on the counter. He comes down an hour later, sees it immediately. That got here fast, he says. What is it? Something for the gala. They said they'd send it. He opens the box. Inside, wrapped in tissue paper, is a glass award. Rectangular, heavy, with words etched into the surface. Community Leadership Award. Short name, last name. Below that, smaller, presented by the Foundation for Educational Access. He lifts it out, holds it to the light. The glass catches the sun and throws small rainbows across the wall. Huh, he says. You won an award? Not one. They give them to all the board members. Recognition thing. He sets it down carefully. I have to say a few words at the gala. You didn't mention that. Just found out this week. It's not a big deal. 2 minutes, maybe. I look at the award. His short name permanent in glass. Where will you put it? I ask. He shrugs. Office, probably. Home office or work office. Work, I think. Fits better there. He rewraps it in tissue paper. Returns it to the box. Carries it upstairs. I hear him in his home office. A drawer opening. The box being set down. When he comes back, he's dressed for a run. Want to come, he asks. No. Okay. Back in an hour. The door closes. His footsteps fade down the driveway. I go upstairs. The office door is open. The box sits on his desk, still wrapped. I don't touch it. I look at the bookshelves instead. Degrees framed on the wall. His bachelor's, his master's. Both use his full name. Between them, a photo of us from our wedding. We're laughing at something outside the frame. On the shelf below, 3 books with his business card tucked inside the front covers. I pull one out. The card is thick, matte finish. Short name, last name. Senior Vice President. An email address I've never used. I replace the book. Leave the office. Sunday, we go to brunch. His choice again. A place downtown with a wait list and small plates. We're seated near the bar. The hostess knows him, not like the Italian place, where the recognition is vague. She knows him by name. The short name. Good to see you again, short name, she says. He smiles. You too, Rachel. She hands us menus. The usual table was taken, but this should be good. This is perfect. She leaves. I watch her seat another couple, not using their names. You come here a lot? I ask. Sometimes. For work lunches. She knows you. She's good at her job. The waiter comes. My husband orders coffee and starts to order food before I've looked at the menu. The waiter waits. I choose something quickly. While we eat, 2 people stop by our table. Both men, both in their 40s. Both shake his hand and call him by the short name. Both ask about upcoming projects, meetings, timelines. He answers briefly, introduces me each time. They smile politely and move on. Popular spot, I say. Good food. A lot of people know you. It's a small city. I cut into my eggs. The yolk runs across the plate. Do you bring clients here? I ask. Sometimes. And colleagues? Yeah. What? Just wondering. He drinks his coffee, flags the waiter for more. After brunch, we walk through downtown. It's cold but sunny. He suggests we stop at a bookstore. Inside, he heads straight for the business section. I wander toward fiction. At the register, I'm paying for a novel when I hear someone call out. Not to me. To him. I turn. A woman in her 60s, elegant coat, carrying a bag from an expensive store. She's hugging him. I thought that was you, she says. Mrs. Patterson. How are you? Wonderful. And you? How's the center coming along? Good. We're on track for the spring opening. That's marvelous. You must be so proud. She looks at me. He introduces us. She shakes my hand warmly. Your husband is doing extraordinary work, she tells me. Short name, S vision for the youth center is exactly what this community needs. Thank you. I say, are you coming to the gala? We are. Wonderful. I'll see you both there. She squeezes his arm. Don't be a stranger. She leaves. He picks up my book from the counter, glances at the cover. What's this about, he asks. I take it from him. I don't know yet. Outside, we walk back to the car. He's quiet, checking his phone. I watch people pass, couples, families, someone walking a dog that stops to sniff every tree. How long have you known Mrs. Patterson? I ask. Few months. She's on the board too. She seems to think highly of you. She's generous with praise. We reach the car. He unlocks it. We get in. A lot of people know you by that name, I say. He starts the engine. What name? The short one. Yeah, I guess so. But not at home. He pulls out of the parking spot. You've never called me that. You've never asked me to. Do you want to? I don't answer. He doesn't ask again. Monday, a messenger delivers another package. Larger this time. I'm home alone. I sign for it. The return address is the foundation. The label says gala materials. I open it. Inside, 2 tickets to the gala, embossed with gold lettering. An itinerary. A seating chart with our names at table 1. A program listing speakers. His short name appears twice. Once as a board member, once as an award recipient. And at the bottom, a small gift box. I open it. A pin. Silver, shaped like a key. A card explains, Foundation Patron Pin. Thank you for your support. I didn't give support. I didn't know the foundation existed until last week. I set the pin on the counter. Put everything back in the box. When he comes home, he sees it immediately. Gala stuff came, I say. He sorts through it. Checks the itinerary, nods at the seating chart. Picks up the pin. They sent you one too, he says. For what? Being a patron. I'm not a patron. Spouse of a board member counts. He sets it down. Continues sorting. Do I have to wear it? I ask. At the gala? Probably. Everyone does. I didn't do anything. He looks up. You're coming with me. That's something. I don't respond. He returns to the papers. That night, after he's asleep, I go downstairs. Take the pin from the box. Hold it in my palm. It's lighter than it looks. Cheap, probably. Mass-produced for an event where appearance matters more than substance. I think about putting it on, seeing how it looks. I don't. I place it back in the box. Close the lid. Upstairs, he's turned onto his side, one arm stretched across my pillow. I move it gently. Slide into bed. He doesn't wake. I lie there and watch the ceiling fan turn and think about gifts that arrive without being asked for, that a sign rolls without consent. I close my eyes. Count the rotations until the numbers stop meaning anything. The dress is black, simple, the one I wear when I don't want to be noticed. I pair it with the earrings he gave me 2 anniversaries ago. Small diamonds. Tasteful. He's in the bathroom, adjusting his tie. The 3rd time. Through the mirror, I watch him undo it and start again. You look nice, he says. Thanks. Ready? I pick up the pin from the dresser. The silver key catches the light. I fasten it to my dress, just below the shoulder. It feels heavier than it did in the box. Perfect, he says. The gala is at a hotel downtown. Valet parking, red carpet, photographers at the entrance. We join a line of couples moving slowly toward the doors. A woman with a clipboard greets us inside. She checks our names, smiles. Table 1, she says. You're with the other board members. She hands us programs. On the cover, a photo of children in a classroom. Inside, the evening schedule. His name appears 3 times. The ballroom is large, decorated in white and gold. Round tables fill the space, each with centerpieces of orchids and candles. A stage at the front, microphones being tested, a screen showing a slideshow of the youth center under construction. People are already seated. We find table 1 near the stage. 6 other couples, all standing, talking. When we approach, they turn. A man extends his hand to my husband. There he is. They shake. The man's wife smiles at me. You must be so proud, she says. Of everything, short name, S accomplished. The center, the scholarships. It's wonderful. Thank you. I say. We sit. Conversations resume around us. The men talk about timelines and funding. The women discuss seating arrangements, floral choices, the quality of the wine. A server fills glasses. I drink mine quickly. Dinner is served in courses. Between each, someone from the foundation takes the stage. They talk about impact, about reaching underserved communities, about the power of education to transform lives. On the screen behind them, photos. The youth center. Students receiving scholarships. Board members at ribbon cuttings. My husband appears in 3 photos. In one, he's handing an oversized check to a teenager in a cap and gown. Both are smiling. The woman beside me leans over. That was such a moving ceremony. You must have been so emotional. I don't remember a ceremony. I wasn't there. It was, I say. She pats my hand. Returns to her salad. After dinner, the awards. 5 board members called to the stage one by one. My husband is 3rd. When his name is announced, the short version, people applaud. He stands, buttons his jacket, walks to the stage. The woman presenting the award shakes his hand, says something I can't hear over the applause. He accepts the glass rectangle, holds it carefully. Then he steps to the microphone. Thank you, he says. His voice is steady, practiced. This work isn't something any of us do alone. It takes commitment from everyone, the staff, the volunteers, the donors who believe in what we're building. He pauses, looks out at the audience. His eyes find our table, find me, and it takes support at home. I'm grateful to my wife for her patience and encouragement. This award belongs to both of us. Applause. Heads turn toward me. I smile because that's what you do when a room is watching. He finishes his remarks, returns to the table, sets the award beside his plate. People shake his hand as he passes. The woman beside me leans in again. That was lovely. So heartfelt. Yes, I say. The next award is presented. I stop listening. After the ceremony, coffee and dessert. People circulate, moving between tables. Several stop at ours. An older man introduces himself as the foundation's chair. He shakes my hand warmly. We're so grateful for your support, he says. Board members' spouses are the unsung heroes of this work. I haven't done anything, I say. You've shared him with us. That's everything. He moves on before I can respond. A younger woman approaches. She's wearing the same pin I am. I wanted to thank you, she says. My daughter received one of the scholarships. Short name. Personally called to tell her she'd been selected. She's at college now because of people like you. I didn't. It means so much that you support this. Thank you. She's already walking away. My husband is talking to someone across the table. I watch him laugh at something, nod, gesture toward the youth center photos on the screen. More people stop by. More thanks. More gratitude for support I didn't give, patience I didn't offer, sacrifices I didn't make. I smile. I nod. I say, of course, and I'm glad to help, because what else can I say in a ballroom full of people who've already decided who I am? The woman beside me, I've forgotten her name, leans over again. How do you do it, she asks. Do what? Balance it all. My husband just joined the board last month, and already I feel like I never see him. You get used to it. I suppose you have to. She drinks her wine. How long has Short Name been doing this? I'm not sure. She looks surprised, but recovers quickly. Well, you're handling it beautifully. I hope I can be as gracious as you. I don't feel gracious. I feel like someone playing a role in a production I didn't audition for. The speeches end. Music starts. Some couples move to the dance floor. My husband stands, offers his hand. Dance, he asks. We move to the floor. He places one hand on my waist, takes my other hand in his. We sway to something slow and forgettable. You okay, he asks. Fine. You seem quiet. I'm always quiet at these things. True. He smiles. Pulls me slightly closer. Thank you for coming. Did I have a choice? Of course you did. I don't argue. The song continues. Around us, other couples turn in slow circles. Everyone looks content, comfortable in their roles. A woman dances past with her husband. She catches my eye and mouths beautiful speech. I nod. When the song ends, we return to the table. My husband is pulled into another conversation immediately. I sit and watch the slideshow loop. The same photos cycling. The same smiling faces. Mrs. Patterson appears beside me. She's holding a glass of champagne. Enjoying yourself? She asks. Yes. Your husband's speech was wonderful. You must be very proud. Everyone keeps saying that. Because it's true. She sits in the empty chair beside me. You know, when we were recruiting board members, Short Name was at the top of our list. He has such vision, such dedication. How long ago was that? Oh, over a year now. We're so fortunate he said yes. She sips her champagne. And that you were supportive of it. Some spouses aren't, you know. They don't understand the time commitment. It's important work, I say. The words feel borrowed. It is. And people like you make it possible. She pats my knee. The foundation is lucky to have both of you. She stands, moves on to the next table. I look at my husband. He's animated, engaged, using his hands to emphasize a point. The people around him are listening, nodding, interested. He looks happy, natural, like this is where he's supposed to be. I pick up my water glass. The ice has melted. I drink it anyway. At 10, people start leaving. We say goodbye to the other board members, collect the award, make our way to the valet. In the car, he sets the glass rectangle carefully on the back seat. That went well, he says. Did it? I think so. Good turnout. Good energy. I look out the window. Watch the city pass. A lot of people thank me tonight. I say, you deserve it. For what? He glances over. For being there. For supporting this. I didn't know I was supporting it. You came tonight. Because you asked me to. Right? That's support. I don't respond. He turns onto our street. At home, he carries the award inside. Places it on the hall table. I'll take it to the office tomorrow, he says. I go upstairs. Change out of the dress. Remove the pin. Set it on the dresser. When he comes to bed, I'm already under the covers. You were great tonight, he says. I didn't do anything. You were there. That's what mattered. He kisses my forehead. Turns off his lamp. I lie in the dark and think about all the ways you can be present without participating, visible without being seen. He falls asleep quickly. I listen to him breathe and wonder when agreement became something that could be assumed instead of asked for. The pin sits on the dresser, catching light from the street. A silver key that opens nothing I chose. Wednesday morning, I tell him I'm taking a class. What kind, he asks. Pottery. That sounds nice. When? Thursdays. 7 to 9. He's spreading jam on toast. He nods. Good for you. I don't mention I signed up 2 weeks ago. I don't mention the class conflicts with the standing dinner invitation from the couple at table 1. Thursday evening, I leave at 6:30. He's on a call in his office. I don't say goodbye. The studio is in a converted warehouse across town. 8 wheels, 20 students, An instructor with clay permanently under her fingernails. She doesn't ask why I'm there. She shows me how to center. My first bowl collapses. So does the second. The third holds its shape long enough for me to believe in it before the rim folds inward. I stay until 9:15. Drive home with clay dust on my jeans. He's on the couch when I come in. How was it, he asks. Good. Make anything? Not yet. He nods. Returns to his tablet. I shower. Scrub the clay from under my nails. When I come downstairs, he's asleep on the couch, the tablet dark on his chest. I turn off the lamp. Leave him there. Friday, Sarah calls. Wants to know if I'm free for the hiking trip in May. I'll go, I say. Really? Really? What changed your mind? Nothing. I just want to go. She sounds pleased. Starts talking about trails and permits. I half listen. Agree to everything. When I hang up, I add the dates to my calendar. Don't mention it to him. Saturday, he asks what I want to do for the day. I have plans, I say. Oh, with who? Just errands. Want company? No. He looks surprised, but doesn't push. Okay, I'll probably catch up on some reading then. I drive to the bookstore. Spend an hour in the fiction section. Buy 4 novels, none of which he would choose. Then I go to a cafe I've never been to. Order coffee and sit by the window. Watch people pass. Read 40 pages without interruption. At 3, my phone buzzes. A text from him. Wanting to start dinner? I type, I'm eating out. 3 dots appear. Disappear. No response comes. I stay at the cafe until 5. Order a sandwich. Eat slowly. When I get home, the house is dark except for his office. I go straight upstairs. Sunday, we're supposed to have brunch with his sister again. She's back in town for work. I'm not going. I tell him that morning. He's tying his shoes. He stops. Why not? I don't feel like it. She's expecting both of us. Tell her I'm not feeling well. Are you not feeling well? I'm fine. I just don't want to go. He studies me. Did something happen? No. Then why? I don't want to go. You can still go. He finishes tying his shoes. Stands. Okay. I'll tell her. He leaves 20 minutes later. I watch his car disappear down the street. I spend the morning reorganizing the closet. His side and my side have always been distinct, but I make them more so. Create space where there wasn't any. Move his dry cleaning to the guest room closet. When he comes back, he doesn't mention it. Monday, I'm at the grocery store when I see the woman in navy again. This time, I don't hide. I walk past her in the cereal aisle. She doesn't recognize me. Why would she? I finish my shopping. Load the car. Drive home a different route than usual. Tuesday, he mentions the couple from table 1. They invited us for dinner Thursday, he says. I have pottery. Right. What about Friday? I'm busy Friday too. Doing what? Things. He waits for elaboration. I don't give it. I'll tell them we can't make it, he says. You can go without me. I don't want to go without you. Then don't go. He puts his phone down. What's going on? Nothing's going on. You're acting different. Different how? He struggles to articulate it. Distant. Like you're not here. I'm here. You know what I mean. I do. I don't acknowledge it. He picks up his phone again. Doesn't look at me. If something's wrong, you can tell me. Nothing's wrong. The conversation ends. The distance remains. Wednesday, I start using my full name. Not just my first name, my full legal name. At the coffee shop, when they ask, I give all of it. They write it on the cup in compressed letters. At the dentist's office, I correct the receptionist when she shortens it on the form. It's full name, I say. She apologizes. Makes the change. It's a small thing. It feels larger than it is. Thursday, pottery again. This time, I make a bowl that holds. Imperfect, uneven, but stable. The instructor nods. Better. Keep going. I make 2 more. They're sisters to the first, similar flaws, similar strengths. At 9, I don't want to leave. I stay and watch others work. The instructor lets me. I don't get home until 10:15. He's in bed, reading. He looks up when I come in. Late night, he says. I stayed after. How's it going? The pottery. Good. I made 3 bowls. That's great. He returns to his book. I change in the bathroom instead of the bedroom. When I come to bed, he's still reading. I turn off my lamp and face away. Can I ask you something? He says. I don't answer immediately. Then what? Are you mad at me? No. It feels like you are. I'm not mad. Then what is it? I consider telling him. Consider laying out everything. The building, the names, the gala, the pin I never asked to wear. Consider asking why I had to learn who he is from strangers. Instead, I say, I'm tired. Okay. He sets his book down, turns off his lamp. Good night. Good night. We lie in the dark, inches apart, not touching. Friday, I have lunch with Sarah. Tell her about pottery, about the hiking trip, about the books I'm reading. She asks about my husband. He's fine. I say, just fine. Busy with work. The usual. She doesn't ask more. We talk about other things. When I get home, there's a note on the counter, dinner meeting. Back late. I make pasta for one. Eat at the counter standing up. Wash the single plate, the single fork. At 8, I pour a glass of wine. Take it to the living room. Put on music he doesn't like. I'm halfway through the glass when my phone rings. Him. Hey, he says. I'm going to be later than I thought. Don't wait up. I wasn't planning to. Silence. Then, okay. See you when I get home. He hangs up. I finish the wine. Pour another glass. At 10, I go to bed. At 11, I hear his car. The door. His footsteps on the stairs. He comes into the bedroom quietly. I keep my breathing steady, even. He moves through his routine. Changing, bathroom, phone on the nightstand. He slides into bed. I feel the mattress shift. I know you're awake, he says quietly. I don't respond. He sighs. Turns onto his side. Minutes pass. His breathing slows. Deepens. I open my eyes. Stare at the ceiling. The space between us has changed temperature. We both feel it. Neither of us names it. I think about the bowls I made. How they sit on the studio shelf with my name beneath them. My full name, written in my own handwriting. How they're mine in a way that doesn't require anyone else's agreement. I close my eyes. Don't sleep. Listen to the house settle around us. March arrives cold and stays that way. He leaves for work before I'm awake. I hear the shower, the coffee grinder, the door closing. By the time I come downstairs, the kitchen is clean. His mug is in the drying rack. I make my own coffee. Drink it at the table instead of the counter. The mornings establish a pattern. I'm up by 8. Pottery on Thursdays. Lunch with Sarah every other week. The bookstore on Saturdays. Small territories I've marked as mine. He notices. Doesn't comment. We talk about logistics. The gas bill. A leak in the bathroom. Whether we need milk. Conversations that function like weather reports. Informative, neutral, ending quickly. One evening, he asks about my day. Fine, I say. Yours? Long. We're eating dinner at the table. Pasta. The kind I make when I'm not trying to impress anyone. He reaches for more. This is good. Thanks. We chew. The sound of forks against plates fills the space. The youth center opens next month, he says. That's good. There's a ribbon cutting. April 15th. I'm speaking. I nod. Don't ask if I'm expected to attend. You're welcome to come, he adds. If you want. I'll check my calendar. He doesn't push. After dinner, he goes to his office. I go upstairs with a book. We occupy different floors of the same house. The next Thursday, pottery runs late. I text him at 8:30, staying for open studio. Don't wait up. He responds, okay. I work until 11. Make a vase that's taller than I intended. The instructor says it's ambitious. I'm not sure if that's praise. When I get home, the house is dark except for the porch light he left on. I turn it off. Lock the door. Go upstairs quietly. He's asleep on his side, facing the wall. I undress in the bathroom. When I slide into bed, he doesn't stir. Friday morning, we pass each other on the stairs. He's coming up as I'm going down. Morning, he says. Morning. We angle past each other. Continue in opposite directions. The weekend arrives. He has planned Saturday, a foundation meeting followed by lunch with board members. He mentions it Friday night. I'll be gone most of the day, he says. Okay. Do you have plans? Library. Maybe a walk. He nods. We're standing in the kitchen, several feet apart. The distance feels intentional even though neither of us moved. Saturday, I go to the library. Check out 5 books. Sit in the reading room for 2 hours. Outside, it starts to rain. I watch people run to their cars, jackets pulled over their heads. I don't leave until the rain stops. At home, I find a note. Running later than expected. Dinner on your own. I order takeout. Eat it from the container. Don't set the table. He comes home at 9. I'm on the couch, reading. Sorry about dinner, he says. It's fine. He goes to the kitchen. Returns with leftovers from yesterday. Eats, standing at the counter. How was your day, he asks. Quiet. Good book. It's okay. He finishes eating. Rinses his plate. Comes to the living room, but doesn't sit. I'm going to shower, he says. Okay. He goes upstairs. I hear the water running. I turn the page, even though I haven't finished reading it. Sunday, we go grocery shopping. Not together. He goes in the morning while I'm still asleep. I go in the afternoon after he's left for a conference call. When I return, I find he's bought things I already bought. 2 cartons of milk, bread, eggs. I put mine in the fridge alongside his. Don't mention it. Monday, he's home for dinner. We sit across from each other. He talks about the ribbon cutting, the schedule, the speakers, the press coverage expected. The mayor's coming, he says. That's good. It'll be a big day. I cut my chicken. I'm sure. You didn't say if you're coming. I have pottery that night. He pauses. It's in the afternoon. I have other plans. What plans? Just plans. He sets his fork down. You don't want to come. I didn't say that. You didn't have to. We look at each other across the table. The space between us might be 3 feet. It feels wider. You don't have to come, he says finally. I just thought you might want to. I know. He picks up his fork, continues eating. The conversation ends. The meal continues. Tuesday, Sarah calls. Asks if I'm okay. Why wouldn't I be? I ask. You seem different lately. Different how? I don't know. Quieter. More distant. I'm the same. She doesn't sound convinced. If something's wrong. Nothing's wrong. Okay. She pauses. You'd tell me if there was, right? Of course. We both know I'm lying. Wednesday night, he stays late at the office. Texts at 7, working through dinner. See you later. I eat alone. Again. It's becoming routine. At 9, I take a bath. Stay in until the water goes cold. When I get out, I hear his car in the driveway. I'm in bed when he comes upstairs. He stands in the doorway. You awake, he asks. Yes. Can we talk? About what? He doesn't come in. Stays in the doorway. About whatever this is. I don't know what you mean. Yes, you do. I sit up. Pull the covers to my waist. What do you want me to say? I want you to tell me what changed. Nothing changed. Everything changed. His voice is careful. Not angry. Something else. You're here, but you're not here. You're one to talk. It comes out sharper than I intended. He flinches. What's that supposed to mean? He asks. I could tell him. I could list everything. The building, the names, the award, the foundation, the strangers who thank me for support I never gave. I could ask him when he decided who he was without asking if I wanted to come along. Instead, I say, nothing. I'm tired. He stands there a moment longer. Then, okay. He turns to leave. Are you happy? I ask. He stops. Turns back. What? Are you happy? With this? With us? He takes a long time to answer. I don't know anymore. It's the most honest thing he's said in weeks. Me neither, I say. We look at each other. The hallway light behind him makes his face hard to read. I don't know how to fix this, he says quietly. Maybe it doesn't get fixed. Is that what you want? I don't know what I want. He nods slowly. Okay. He goes to the guest room. I hear the door close. I turn off my lamp. Lie in the dark. The bed feels larger without him. Not better. Not worse. Just different. I listen to the house. The heater clicking on. A car passing outside. The sound of him moving in the other room. We're both here. Both awake. Both alone. The temperature between us has dropped. We both feel it. Neither of us knows how to add heat back in. Or if we even want to. I close my eyes. Sleep comes eventually. When I wake up, his side is still empty. Thursday morning. The alarm goes off at 6:30. I turn it off and lie there, listening. The guest room door opens. His footsteps in the hallway. The bathroom. Water running. The usual sequence, slightly shifted. I get up. Go downstairs. He's already in the kitchen when I arrive. Coffee made. He's pouring a cup, his back to me. Morning, he says without turning. Morning. He moves to the table with his coffee. I pour my own. We don't speak. Outside, the sun is starting to rise. The light comes in sideways through the kitchen window, catching dust in the air. He drinks his coffee, checks his phone, sets it down. I'm taking the car today, he says. Meeting's off-site. Okay. Do you need it? No. I have pottery tonight anyway. He nods. Drinks more coffee. I stand at the counter. Watch the light move across the floor. The sun finds the edge of the table, turns the wood gold. About yesterday, he starts. You don't have to. I want to. I wait. He doesn't continue. The coffee maker clicks off. The refrigerator hums. Outside, a bird starts calling. Another answers. I don't know what to say, he admits finally. Then don't say anything. He looks at me. I look back. The distance between us is the width of the kitchen. It might as well be the width of the city. This isn't working, he says. Not angry, just factual. No, I don't know how we got here. I could tell him. I could trace the exact path, the lobby, the elevator, the names that don't match, the life I learned about from strangers. But the path feels less important now than the destination. Does it matter? I ask. I think it does. Why? He has no answer for that. I finish my coffee, rinse the cup, set it in the drying rack beside his from yesterday. I should go, he says. I'll be late tonight. The ribbon-cutting prep runs until 7. Okay. He stands, collects his things, phone, keys, wallet, stops at the doorway. Will you be here when I get back? The question hangs in the air between us. I don't know if he's asking about today or about something larger. I don't know. I say. He nods, like he expected that answer. Like maybe it's the only honest one either of us has left. Okay, he says. The door closes. His car starts. The sound fades. I stand in the kitchen alone. The light has moved further across the floor now. It reaches the chair where he was sitting, illuminates the small ring of moisture his coffee cup left behind. I get a cloth, wipe it away. The house is quiet. Not peaceful, not tense, just quiet. I think about pottery, about the bowls on the shelf with my full name beneath them, about the vase that grew taller than I planned, about clay that collapses and clay that holds, and how sometimes you don't know which you have until you've already committed. I think about the hiking trip in May, about trails I've never walked, about Sarah's question, what changed your mind? Nothing changed, I told her. But that was a lie. Everything changed. Or maybe nothing changed, and I'm just finally seeing what was always there. My phone is on the counter. I pick it up. Look at the calendar. April 15th. The ribbon cutting. I could go. I could show up, wear the pin, smile for photographs. I could continue being the person people thank for support I never gave. Or I could not. I set the phone down. Through the window, I watch the neighbor's car back out of their driveway. Watch a jogger pass. Watch the morning continue, indifferent. The balcony door is open slightly. I didn't notice earlier. I go to close it and stop. Outside, the air is cold, but the sun is warm where it hits. The city makes its usual sounds, traffic, distant sirens, construction somewhere blocks away. His coffee cup from yesterday is still out here. I'd forgotten about it. The residue at the bottom has dried completely now. I pick it up, hold it, set it back down. The railing is cold against my palms. I lean against it and look out at the buildings, the streets, the ordinary machinery of a day beginning. I think about the guard's nod, the elevator buttons, the names that open doors and the ones that close them. I think about the version of him that exists out there, in buildings I've never entered, in meetings I've never witnessed, in photographs I learned about by accident. I think about the version of me that I'm becoming. The one who takes pottery classes and uses her full name and says no without explaining why. I don't know if these versions can exist in the same house. I don't know if they're supposed to. A breeze moves through the balcony. The coffee cup shifts slightly, but doesn't fall. I should go inside. I should shower. I should do something with the day. Instead, I stay where I am. I watch the light change. I let the morning unfold without deciding what comes next. Somewhere across the city, he's driving to a meeting. Somewhere behind me, the house is waiting. Somewhere ahead, choices I haven't made yet. I don't move. I don't decide. I stand at the railing and watch the city wake up, and I let the day begin.